Today we're going to look at overlapping, and we're going to use bright highlighter markers to make overlapping beautiful colors. Notice between the yellow and blue, there is a green. Between the pink and the blue, there is a beautiful purple or violet color. So your art is going to show bright highlighter colors and how they overlap. So I start by holding down a stencil nice and hard and then coloring with my highlighter inside. This is where you have to do a really good job or else your shape won't look like you think it will. If your stencil slips around, maybe you can have a friend hold it, or you can just take your time and put it back over top of where you need it. So to make a nice composition or layout on your paper, make sure you spread out all of your shapes. They're going to be rotating in different directions. And you have to pause for just a moment, look at your art, and then decide where you want to put that next shape. For this shape, I'm going to let it overlap. That means that I see some pink tiger inside the stencil as I begin to color. To do my best job coloring, I try and color in one direction. For some of the little legs and arms, I do have to move my marker around, but in the big areas, I move my marker back and forth. Here's another place where I'm overlapping my tigers. Now I'm adding some detail lines to make it look like each tiger is growling. For this large tiger shape, about 7 tigers is going to make it feel like a nice composition. Nice and full, no empty spaces. So this is another idea you can use, and it's nice for the holidays coming up. You can make glass light bulbs. To do that, you're going to make polka dots, but then add a little shape coming out of the bottom. It's kind of adding a rectangle on the bottom so that it looks more like a pear. Use all 3 of your colors, polka dotting and adding the bottom shape, and make sure they're twisting in all directions. For a smaller shape like this, I'll end up with about 14 across my paper so that my eye flows around and looks at all the different shapes. Once you get them scattered around your paper, you can add some in to be overlapping the other shapes. Another nice thing for these compositions is to make a shape go off the edge of a page. Be sure and choose each color, and for these light bulbs I can add little shine lines. As a finishing touch, I will add black Sharpie. I Sharpie around the edge, and I add a little loop at the bottom to make it look like a light bulb. And then at the very bottom, I add another rectangle with lines to make it look like the part of the light bulb that can screw into the socket. There you go.